What are you feeling right now? How you doing?
You know, I think it's very easy to have all eyes on Astralis, of course, of the big changes they've made. But I'm really curious to see what Flames is going to do here. The young lad, I think he's what 17 or something.
Yeah,
I
17.
want to see what he's got to offer if he can put Astralis in the mental doldrums. But I am ready to go as far as this is concerned.
As far as pure firepower is concerned, certainly. That's kind of what we saw. It's what he has shown that he can definitely go toe to toe with anybody on Astralis. He catches Glaives with with nades in his hands. That's how fast he is on the map. Glaive is caught completely off guard by the aggression coming in from this guy, and I expect to see more of the same from OG today because they go into Inferno, and I expect them to just smash Astralis. The last time they played on Inferno, Astralis could hardly do anything at all. It felt like, and that was with Bubsky. But that was also Astralis clearly struggling with the internal strife of whatever was going on there with the six-man roster, the management, Zonic. Something was definitely off. So I don't want to take too much away from the last time these two teams faced. Maybe OG could be responsible for killing that roster. Maybe not.
We can see in the Unicorn odds that Astralis are a slight dog. I think it was 1.95 to 1.7. And OG have got intentions towards a bomb site. Zipex with the Julies up close. We've got some bunny hopping to no avail, and they are going to get absolutely destroyed in the apartments. Bomb's been dropped as well. Alexi B, the last man to fall. Zipex with the Julies, I respect that. 3 kills. Great start from him. Good weapon to have if you think you're going to be potentially rushed, a 5-7 or dual Berettas, dual Elites, depending on what era of Counter-Strike you're from.
More importantly, just a strong start. And also, it's really rare to get the dualies actually in position to do some damage. Usually you see them on the other side towards Banana, but we're going to get to see them as this was the hold, or not. But Astralis currently in the lead with that pistol round. OG, though, not going to waste any time at all. Sometimes you'll see teams go for the hard eco. Not so this time around. They go for the force buy with Tech 9, so definitely some run and gun action going to be coming in here soon. Curious to see how Astralis decide to set up here because nades are so important on Banana. Getting your tempo down and getting your combinations down with your teammates on the different bomb sites also very important, but it takes time to fine-tune that stuff. Hopefully Astralis have had enough time to get there. I mean, everybody plays Inferno. You're expected to play this map, so you know they will not have been shirking on that responsibility. But at least as far as OG are concerned, they're hoping for some close quarters combat, and they're going to get it. All the way up to top brackets, no problems at all. They're going to walk right into the 4-man stack, but if they're quick around the corner, this can get out of control fast.
Trying to abuse that numbers game, close quarters with the Tech 9s. They will overwhelm the bomb site for the time being, and Bubsky's dropped his AUG as well. So there'll be good positions here for OG. Almost a 4th kill onto Dupree. I think they've got to back off and just hold on to these rifles already at this point.
Astralis need to stop playing scared. You've got the buy round. That's not the Astralis we're used to. I mean, you were used to seeing Astralis stomp teams, especially when they know they're on pistols. I mean, the Astralis of old would be challenging mid, taking info, trying to take room on the map, trying to make sure that OG are feeling like they're getting beaten up on. And instead, Astralis played about as passive as could be, which is exactly what OG needed with Tech 9s. OG were just hoping that they could get close like that. Tech 9s are worthless long range. Against rifles, they can do nothing. But if you can get up close like we just saw, you know, there's not a hope or a prayer for Bubsky if he drops down and he's facing 2 Tech 9s like that. So OG right back in the mix, no time wasted at all. Astralis picking up the pistol, and OG will be picking up that second round. And one important thing to note here is that in the RMRs, you're not allowed to have your coach on the server with you. He's not allowed to communicate with you while the matches are live. And I'm very curious to see the impact that that's going to have on Astralis, because they really did come to rely on Zonic towards the end of, let's say the last roster to call and have an impact. And while he's not around, we'll see how Astralis deal with that.
Yeah, with 2 new roles in the team, of course, with the AWP role being taken over and Bubsky joining the team. It'll be a very interesting transitional period for Astralis. And again, from a team perspective, as long as you win this round, it can be better to lose the pistol and win a force buy, putting the Astralis loss economy in the bin. Can give you a stronger start. Let's see how it plays out. It is predicated upon winning this anti-force buy round.
Yeah, not this time, Glaive, buddy. Sorry, bud. The king of getting shots through the smoke. Not meant to be, not going to happen, but they do get early bracket control, OG. And now it's looking like they're going to gather up once again here, going to be hitting this A site, and things can get hairy very quickly. Only 3 players here for Astralis. The peak, Meg, you gotta get that kill! 1 for 1, but he barely does it.
Yeah, it's hard to control the long position now for Astralis. Only 2 players around the A bomb site. Dupree in deep, trying to run crossfire of his teammate, but Bubsky can't get the kill with the CZ. That leaves Dupree now with many assailants coming his way. There will be a trade as Apex is in a 1 versus 3. Deagleland's full armor to potentially lose it. We'll see if he's gifted an opportunity. If a 1v2 is made easy, then maybe he goes for it, but I don't see that coming. So maybe he just plays for an exit here, tries to steal a weapon away, but indeed it will be OG moving to 2 unless something crazy happens, and not on this occasion, not today.
No, indeed. Oh, did he snag it? I think he did. Yeah, he got the dig. Last guy you want with more firepower on the team for OG. Nico's the one sitting with 4 kills right now, but Velda statistically is doing very well for OG. That's why I feel so confident coming into this this tournament for OG. I didn't go as far as Maui did off the deep end and say that OG were going to win it. I still think Heroic are the team to beat in this tournament. We can't forget that they're still here. But OG, you know, they've got hitters like Velda, like Mantu right now, and then you've added Flames to the mix. They've got so much firepower on this team now. They are a real threat. So Astralis are going to have to contend with that. And, well, their way of going forward is going to be a stack in mid, just hoping that OG are going to come back up here and try and get control of this map before moving on. Sacrifice 1. There you go. And everybody swings. Very nice.
Well, the bomb is on T-ramp, so could be some awkwardness here, but Astralis will keep the numbers alive. Not charged down mid. That's a nice ring of the bell for Mantu. Onto Mantu, that is. With the USPs, but not the most dangerous round because Astralis don't really have any threatening weapons here. Now, is there a weapon to be collected? Not being protected at the moment.
Oh,
Bubsky
no.
had an opportunity on the bomb carrier. He has picked up a Galil for his troubles, though. The rest of his team have rotated towards construction. Just fishing for something, hoping for a headshot.
The pellet shooters, like, what do you do with USPs?
Potato guns.
You're not really doing much there, but still, nice attempt here from Astralis. They pulled a couple fast ones, but OG played with patience. Managing, whoa, to get onto the bomb site. That's Mantu getting taken out, but he was already low. You've only lost a couple of Galil so far. Now you want to farm it up here if you're Flames with this Mac 10. 2 kills, nearly a third. Lots of money, though.
This is dangerous with the rifle. 25 HP for Zipex. I think he's done most of what he can do. Not sure he escapes with this rifle. As he waits for a late rotation, but I think LXB realizes what might be happening, and he will be eliminated. Astralis take nothing into the next round. 3-1 to OG early on in this game of Inferno. Our second game of the European RMR here at Flashpoint 3.
Oh, and they're going for the G2 meta. So this was Flames just farming up the money, making sure that there was plenty to go around here for his team. Mantu's going to get that AWP, but take a gander at what Astralis have got. No op. Double AUG. So they're going for the G2 meta. We don't need an op. Who needs an op? It's not like the best players in the world are all opping right now and the best teams have great ops. No, we're totally going without ops, guys. Why not?
Well, it's always the opportunity to take one away from your opponent rather than buy one yourself. That's wishful thinking. Wishful spraying as well from Glaive. He will have the first kill and the second. That is somewhat cheeky. Is he able to escape, though? There's a flash from his teammate, but smoke, in fact. Oh, my God, the timing. Mantu does get something out of it at the very least. An unlikely start from Astralis, but a promising one. They still have a man advantage now, but there's map control for OG, at least towards top mid. Dupree with an off angle, trying not to get pre-fired in the arch. We'll see how this develops now.
I'm so confused. Does Nico not play with the crosshair? Like, what's going on here? His crosshair is invisible. Guess he doesn't need one. It's all right. Still gets a headshot.
Maybe he plays with blue tack on the screen instead.
Ah, yeah. Exactly. In case he has to no-scope with the op every now and again. You know, just happens. Happens that way.
I used to get accused of blue tack for no-scoping with the scout in older versions of the game, which I thought was hilarious.
That is the rite of passage, isn't it? Oh, you're cheating.
3 versus 2, 25 seconds on the clock. Perhaps a smidge of a gap in that CT smoke. Zipex is waiting to punish a bomb plant attempt now. It's just going to be harder and harder for OG to fake one and try and invite peeks. There's a spray. There's the elevated position, which is protected from the spray through the coffin, so the bomb is indeed planted.
Beautiful. Yep, this is looking so good. And, well, you're going to have Maggie's trying to come in here, but Montu with all three, make it a quad kill at the end of the round. And so Montu now able to pick it up, and he's got that AWP in play, and now he's going to be able to get into his comfort zone, no problem at all. And so it's 4-1 in favor of OG Astralis. It feels like once OG are getting onto bomb sites, there isn't really too much hope here for the Danes, as they are still trying to figure out what they need to do to work together. I mean, these are all the things. Keep in mind, Bubsky, half of the players on Astralis didn't want to play with Bubsky, so he's having to try and work his way into a team right now that is being professional, i.e. playing with a player that they don't necessarily want to play with, but they're going to play with because they have no other choice. And so they're playing with them. So it's a matter of trying to make that sort of situation work out for Astralis and the players right now, as well as replacing your op with your dedicated, experienced, excellent entryman who now has to op in favor of a less experienced entryman in the shape of Bubsky. There's a lot going on here for Astralis, but it feels like instead of a lateral shift, they've made a downgrade. We'll see, though, as far as it panning out. It's still early days here, obviously, beginning of the half. But OG feel like they are firmly in control, and they've got a little bit of bank, not a whole lot, but enough to feel fairly comfortable. That is a monster grenade.
That is a spicy grenade. There was a flashbang into the B bomb site earlier to try and fish for information, but there was no response from Astralis. There's no real clue that there is a stack on this bomb site. They saw a HE thrown from CT. That's about it. You can see Bubsky over towards Speedway. See if they can neutralize the threat. Molotov will certainly help, but there's Glaive with a headshot. Still alive, and Zipex is swinging. Astralis looking dangerous in these eco rounds. And suddenly it's a 4 versus 2. Rifles all over the floor. If OG rotates, it's only going to get harder for them by some measures. And there's a wide swing and a headshot from Zipex, and Mantu suddenly all alone. Here's a flank, a clean shot onto Dupree. He is the bomb carrier on the way to A with 20 seconds on the clock. Does he really risk losing the AWP as well? 1 versus 3. 1 rifle collected by Zipex. Bubsky on the A bomb site. 10 seconds to plant. Deploying the flashbang still. He's just crouching there. Surely this AWP will go the way of Astralis, but he finds him. He knew somebody was there, and now he's got a chance to clutch it.
No! Come on! You're kidding me. A split second? Really? That was going to be it? That was so sick.
Almost.
Sometimes.
But not quite.
Sometimes you just don't get what you want, Bardolph, you know? It's not like I'm rooting for Astralis, but that would have been such a sick clutch for Montu.
Yeah. I thought the AWP was done for, but Mantu had that awareness to check the whole site. Knew somebody would probably be there. Insta headshot, but just didn't have the time on the clock.
Nice attempt, nice attempt. Whoa, the swing. Not quite going to happen, though. But again, these are going to be this evolving strategy here. Banana, Inferno, nades, just the combo every time. But you're going to be trying to speed up if you're OG. You're trying to get past these Molotovs and try to punish them as they're trying to set up these nades. But there's the deep smoke, really deep, in fact. Still going to allow for OG to get control of mid here, and they are taking their time checking it out. But the trade, 4 for 4, means that OG are the ones with the advantage. Astralis now have to cover more ground with fewer players, whereas OG can still just group up and smash their way through. But I'm wondering when do they stop throwing the incendiary to logs? That's OG are wondering the same thing right now. When is that molly not going to go there so that we have a chance to catch one of these guys getting aggressive in Banana?
Look at the timing of Astralis just stopping the jump peaks over the half wall there. Just as the AWP is creeping, they know the game so well.
The death ball. This is a death ball.
Yeah, Glaive's out here on his own with that AK-47, and I mean he may see the trade fragger there, but no kills. And Dupree's got to try and hold on as best he can. Try to throw the incendiary. Second time's the charm, but because it's late, Valde's able to make his way through. Nico, I think he's considering throwing the bomb over there. Can't go through the flames of 19 HP. Dupree, though, through the smoke. The transfer is here, and he's somehow still alive. Valde desperately trying to get that kill. And there's Bubsky to hold things down for Astralis. 3 will survive. AWP caught just in the last second. And they're just 1 round behind now.
Just nuts, and that it's going through the smoke like that. It's just when it all lines up for you. Dupree, these are the kinds of plays that are going to be necessary for Astralis, though. It feels like you need the heavy lifting, especially if you're going to miss shots like that. Unfortunately, Glaive, he absolutely needs to be getting a 1-for-1 in that situation. Doesn't do that. The only way Astralis get back into that round is if Dupree makes a bold move like that work. And so That's the kind of star magic that Astralis are really going to need from dupreeh. Unfortunately, it used to be him and Device carrying the majority of the load here on the team, and now it's really just him, although we did see a little bit in the first few matches here for Astralis with this roster that Magus can start to wake up a little bit. It's not necessarily all falling just squarely on dupreeh's shoulders, but again, we have to see if that lasts, because maybe that was just like a map and, you know, didn't quite pan out.
I have the faith.
You have the faith? You think
yeah.
this roster is going to be strong?
It's an opportunity for other people to shine. They still have 4 of their core players, and I think that's really important because it keeps the culture the same. Of course, 2 people of new roles in dupreeh's on the AWP, and you've got Bubsky, so that's basically 2 new players in a way. But again, in one way it is, in one way it isn't with dupreeh, so you still have that culture and that core structure. So I have the faith with Astralis. They get their first kill in this round. Not the most dangerous round, but there are Deagles on deck. Got to be careful with the clock OG. They are moving in with good time, but into somewhat of a crossfire. Some pre-fire from Zipex. Trying to stop those numbers from overwhelming him, but over the smoke, Flames with a Glock shot. And there's a bomb to be planted here. Man2, 1 versus 3 with the Desert Eagle now, trying to do some more damage. They've ticked off worst case scenario. They've got a bomb plant and 2 kills. That's a great round from OG, all things considered.
It's a fantastic round for OG. Bomb plant on what is essentially a hard eco. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Oh, the chickens. Just rocking it. Also, I would love to see if we actually have a chance to pull up a graphic on utility damage. I mean, Astralis, this is the hallmark of Astralis play, especially on Inferno, is just nade damage, utility damage. It doesn't seem like they can throw faulty HEs. These guys, they're always hitting 2 or 3 players with their HEs, and it's actually ridiculous. So yeah, already 184 for Zip, 104 for Glaive. I mean, these guys are just chunking people with these grenades already. And that just softens them up, makes your job easier going into the retakes or defending the bomb site. It's very important stuff. And the best teams on Inferno do nade damage. Oh, here's the play, though, from Bubsky, the aggression.
Love to see it. That may slow down the pace, especially with the double incendiaries from Astralis on Banana. There's no response to be had from OG just yet. They've just got to sit there and take it. They had double mollies on Banana and 1 top mid as well to stop any kind of fast response from OG. Now they find themselves stuck in mid. Smoking off the long position. So it's time for some usual map control. There's only 1 smoke remaining on Astralis in the hands of dupreeh, who's in the library at present. One of the classic sniper positions. You'd often find people on old Inferno standing on the sofa to elevate their position. When you have that old AWP crouch peak speed, could be quite useful. Not used so much. Smoked off now is dupreeh in the library, looking to try and stop a potential wrap, but of course Glaive is still in control of Banana. So where do OG go from here? He's got 2 players up long, the bomb is alone now in a short position, and Bubsky deletes one after the other, but it's turning around. 3 versus 2 for Astralis, but that bomb is being planted for the pit.
And it is a winning position as well. Now 2v3, if you can win this fight on short as Glaive comes around the corner. Elevation now for Nico, and he is going to have the angle. Flashes in, but Glaive gets around the corner before he can. Nicely done there. Double kill for Glaive coming onto it. Good support there from his teammate dupreeh with that flash. And Astralis, a must-win situation for them, will take the lead in the first half here. 5-4 on the CT side. And it's looking like they're actually stabilizing pretty early on here. Bubsky also coming into his own, 9 kills for himself. So individually right now, Bubsky actually managing to connect bullets with faces.
Yeah, nice being able to play CS again. But the interesting thing for me over the coming days, weeks, months with Astralis is just finding their comfort with those new roles. I'm sure there'll be some problems here and there. But again, if any team's going to overcome them, it's going to be Astralis.
You would think. I mean, they're also faring up pretty well here considering Zonic isn't involved. We will get that OG timeout getting called here. I have a little bit less of an issue with OG due to that situation because I don't think that they rely as heavily on Rugga OG in that coaching role. So whether he's in that match or not live talking to him, I don't know if it's going to have as much of an impact for OG. I kind of put a bit more faith in Alexi B right now. But as far as Glaive is concerned, you know, it seemed like he was really relying on Zonic there for a bit. So glad to see that at least here right now at the beginning of this half, Astralis are starting to look a little bit more confident. And they're calling for the plays that speak to confidence as well. So maybe it's just nerves that they needed to get over in the first couple of rounds when they played very passively and gave OG so much map. You know, now maybe Bubsky's actually starting to get in there a little bit more. Have an opinion on matters as dupreeh hits a nice flick onto Alexi.
Where are you off to, mate? Mistakes have been made.
That is definitely questionable. Now there's a man advantage for Astralis, and this is just the lockdown.
So look at this. Astralis have rotated the AWP immediately towards B for what looks to be an aggressive play. And this is what you really love to see, because after a shot like that, there may be AWP avoidance time. But OG have been really static. They have barely moved after that kill.
Well, you tend to wait, you know, the meta right now is to wait out the nades at the beginning, right? You're just really trying to play so that you dodge as much nade damage as possible. Retake for info at the minute mark here for Astralis. It's going to prompt dupreeh to rotate back towards A.
More than
Even
dupreeh,
Glade. Thinking about it, fresh smoke going down, though, may still get him. Okay, this is what they're going to do.
There's so much activity with these three Astralis players, but dupreeh has indeed headed back towards the A bomb site. There's no information top mid for Astralis. You'd often have the AWP go back up short to find that out, but with dupreeh having been towards the B bomb site, that'll be a problem. Glaive holding onto his incendiary for the time being. He could use it for the bomb plant instead, actually. That could be quite curious. Has deployed it, actually, but dupreeh's got a molly as well, which will be deployed. Zipex with a great angle, making things awkward for OG. Pushing through the smoke now, 15 seconds to plant his bomb. Flames trying to cover and managing to do so. 4v3 retake. Got more junk being thrown into the B bomb site soon, but Valde may have the superior angle. Apparently not. Bubsky once again. Here comes the flash. Nico and Flames remain completely blind, but there's a kill onto dupreeh. 3 versus 2 in favor of Astralis, moving towards Banana now, trying to take more control, and there it is. Can they stay alive? Zipex and Magis is getting a little worse for them. Flames now 1 versus 1. He's in a headshot position, trying to stay alive, dancing, delaying, trying to do what he can, but Zipex is on the defuse. He has a kit as well. And it looks like it will be 6 for Astralis.
So much going on in that round, one after the other. Flames making plays, so regrettable. OG have been very consistent at checking the boost when they've been taking B so far, and then of course the one round that they don't actually check the boost is when, you know, the CT player is boosted up and gets a kill for free. So very frustrating turn of events there for OG, maybe because they had lost Alexi B, they were just down a man and they were a little bit too focused on that bomb site. Still, I think that's where it goes wrong for OG, because then you're down that man and the pressure is on, and you're taking damage as you try to get that bomb planted, and Astralis aren't going to let that slip out of their fingers. You got to give props to Bubsky as well, to be fair. He took a bullet to the head, and he still manages to get that kill on Velda. So when it mattered, Astralis individually are doing well. This is a very weird round now from OG. Little light on the nades, going for the rifles, and a MAC-10 on Alexi. They just keep going for the buys now. They're getting the bomb plants, and they just want to keep that pressure up.
It's a nice flash for the boiler position we saw earlier from OG. Usual take of top mid.
That is actually in the rules of CSGO, though, to be fair. The second you turn away, the second you don't check a spot. And, well, Magic's getting 2.
2, and they see the bomb as well. That's a lot of information, and it will cause a rotation from dupreeh with the AWP. Reading that the commitment is here on A, but he might not be needed because Astralis are putting up fences everywhere. OG are getting electrocuted by them. Nico 4 HP, down to 0. Now the spray through the smoke continues. They know Mantu's there. They saw the HE grenade, and he leaves with 5 HP, 1 versus 4. OG getting shut down by Astralis in round number 11. Zipex heading back towards the B bomb site just in case. If Mantu waits, well, he can't wait too long. He's only got 20 seconds to plant this bomb, and there are still 3 players here, so I think he may be doomed. Now, is he really going to sacrifice this AK-47? There's a Nico behind this, so it may be worth trying to use the hero rifle the next round. Suppose he's going for more damage. Didn't come. But the money will stay together in a team, so that's worst case scenario ticked off in that respect. Maybe preferring that to having 50 bucks and 1 AK for the next round, then being handicapped going forward. So we've got 6 rounds in a row now for Astralis. In fairness, there are 3 diffusers there, which tells you how well OG have been doing to start with, but it is often about how you finish.
They're getting bomb plants, and well, it may just be that Astralis is starting to get more and more confident. I'm also trying to find out right now if Astralis are boot camping. I think that they will be for an event of this caliber, and that was also the main thing that Device, you know, having to travel back and forth between Sweden and Denmark made it a little bit more difficult for them to actually have those effective boot camps. I imagine Astralis have got to be together right now, and that could be playing against OG, who I think have gone back home, no longer boot camping OG. They were for a period in Copenhagen, and that's where we really saw those big performances out of them when they were all in the room together. But now I don't think OG are, I think they're back to playing from home, so that may be playing an impact here.
Instant counter flash from Astralis, but not really with the result they were looking for. That was being held onto for ages, but Zipex is still here in the back. You never know when more flashes are coming over the top, but he really needs it to come soon. Here it comes, going to come in time, just about. Still alive, delaying buying time. Mantu stuck by the oranges. And it will be a bitter taste for him as Astralis make it 7 rounds in a row now. 8-4 in favor of Astralis. Again, they seem to have a read on what was going on there towards that deep bomb site. Flash came through, but Flames managed to find himself behind enemy lines, but still Zipex in the back was able to hold on for a second rotation. More flashes in.
Not going for the op on Montu. Interestingly enough, they had enough money to buy it, but they don't do it. So makes you wonder here. They had success at the beginning. This time around, it's Bubsky getting punished by Valda. Bubsky getting a bit cheeky there with that HE to bottom mid. Not going to happen this time. Trying to pump those utility damage numbers up.
Dupree, maybe inspired by the previous game if he was watching it, but not fast enough on a trigger finger there. I wonder if he's looking at the radar or something, because a little bit slow, and it cost him.
That is one of the hardest shots to hit, though. I mean, the peak angle favors his opponent, so you got to be fast if you're going to hit that shot on a guy crouch peeking into you. You have to be very quick. Not saying that Dupree isn't quick, but I mean, he's not a primary op.
Well, he wasn't, but perhaps now.
Against his will, James.
He's being held captive. You must use this weapon. Well, Mixwell famously hated using AWP, but was exceptional with it. Very timely molly, but oh, it's going to spread to the bottom. Such is the nature of the engine, and that will help Astralis somewhat. But they have almost lost the bomb site. Bubsky is kind of hiding in plain sight. I'm not sure if they realize that he's there. He's taking some damage, so perhaps they do. Instant trade frag from Valde, and now Astralis are at the wrong side of the choke point. But there's a gap in that smoke. Has been replenished now, and maybe OG can breathe a very brief sigh of relief. Got an incendiary in the hands of Glaive. That would have been interesting if he deployed that. Not sure if Mantu would have escaped from it, but they'll wait out this smoke. Wondering if anybody's top mid. They don't seem to know where Valde is, currently in the pit, so there is a crossfire. We'll see who peaks first for OG. Oh, that molly's surely going to do the business now. Mantu is forced from his position into the waiting arms of Zipex, and Valde's in that 1 versus 2. He is a clutch god. Valde, can he find a second kill? Not this time. Glaive in the red, but not dead. Got a defuse kit, and it's 9 rounds. 8 in a row for Astralis.
Despite the bomb plants, it's Astralis where you just cannot seem to beat them. Of course they come through in the clutch. Of course they're getting the diffuses. This is a little bit of a glimmer of what you were talking about, this core Astralis coming back into the mix. If it isn't Zipnix, it's Glaive getting the job done. That is a crazy shot from Alexi. And they did know that Bubsky was back there because they saw that smoke go up, right? So they knew, okay, somebody's on the site somewhere. But, you know, give it to Bubsky. He still played it well. He bought time. That forced some utility out of OG. But now, I mean, 2 rounds left in this half. And OG, I mean, I think they're going to be really wishing that they have 6 at the end of the half to work with. Dupree, not going to find it.
Not on this occasion. Meaty grenades, good start, but they may need more than that. Alexi B forced away, somehow alive with 13 HP. Still a man advantage for OG, though. Alexi B could wide swing somewhere else, create some space for his team with the low health he's got.
How does Glaive live? That's so nuts that Glaive survives that. You were thinking that was such a stylish HE. Magus forced back around the corner. Oh, now you got the lurk. Valda not expecting Zipnix to be in CT spawn, however. And so what is that telling him? It's telling him that perhaps if it's Zipnix, usually the anchor, things are out of whack here for Astralis, and they sense that they had an opening to hit B. Unfortunately, that moment's hesitation, what could have been a good call 2 seconds ago, may cost them, because Glaive is here, but now Zipnix is back in the fray. Yeah, we're seeing some hesitation here on the side of OG, and that's costing them.
Again, you've got Magisk ready at the well position with that flashbang, so strong. You can pop flash them and pull, throw it to the back of sight for somebody to swing from the back of the bomb site, which may happen now. You can see Glaive in position, and Magisk is on the way back. Not sure if he'll get there on time on this occasion. Won't be needed. Zipex and Glaive both popping out, and here comes a flash, surely. There's a swing. Won't really hit the mark, but won't be needed because Zipex will hit the mark regardless. 9 rounds in a row for Astralis as they make it to double figures. It's been an arid path for OG as they haven't won a round in a long time now.
Yeah, and that despite them getting bomb plants. I mean, I still stand by it. It seems like there's some moments of hesitation here on OG. It felt like OG sensed that there was a window of opportunity to hit that B site to get in there with only one defender there, and then they kind of milled around in mid for a little bit before eventually deciding to go. But by then, there's a saying where sometimes, you know, it's like an excellent call 2 seconds later can be a terrible one. And that might be the case right here, where just that moment's hesitation allows for Xyp9x to get back over there fast enough for Astralis to plug the gap, and it falls apart for OG. So 10 seconds, we're into the last round of this first half, and a frustrating round for OG, a frustrating half for OG.
Yeah, you can see they were caught completely off guard by that AWP on Banana late on when they were lining up some grenades, so really got to look out for that next time. A bit sloppy in the rush, perhaps. And the last round of the first half leaves them with double Mac-10, double Galil, and a Tech-9, ever dangerous Tech-9. Here comes the charge, 3-man on road, quickly spotted. We've got Glaive running through bottom Banana, trying to make a fix of things, but doesn't see Mantu at all, maybe through the smoke. Completely missed him.
And he's still hanging back there.
Yeah, they may be gifted a 5th round here. Again, they'll slow the pace down. It's a very interesting smoke. OG smoked themselves off of bottom Banana.
And in the meantime, it is going to be the setup. Dupree, I was about to say rewarded for his patience, and no, he gets, I mean, I guess in a way he did get rewarded, just not the one he was looking for there. That is so frustrating. Had the opportunity and instead gets his head taken off. And so we will get what is most likely a 5th round for OG on the board here.
Look at this bomb plant, people. This is where you plant the bomb when you have the bomb site, not default. It's a strong plant for the pit position. The diffuser has to face the wall if they defuse, so you have a multitude of advantages. Makes now dead.
Yeah, it's just nightmare.
That one a little gifted to OG. At least it was made a little easier. 5 rounds from their T side versus 10 from a strong-looking Astralis. Can they keep up this strength on the T side? You'll find out after the break.
You see that Xyp9x finished that with 360 utility damage?
That's outstanding.
Dude, that's 15 rounds, and he does that much?
That's outstanding. I wonder how important that last round will be for OG moving into their CT side. It could be the breath of oxygen they need to really do something in this first game of the series. Nuke and maybe Dust 2 to follow after this game of Inferno. Do you have the faith?
In OG?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because now we're going to get into it. CT side, that's one thing. They come to you. Now you have to go to them. And OG, they've had some time on this map, and they definitely know what they need to do here on the CT side. So I expect OG to put up a strong fight here versus Astralis, who are going for one of two strategies we see on Inferno these days. It's either B-Rush or Apartments Pop.
Mini Pit Smoke is out, and there is the Pop Flash as they make their way down into, well, the lifeless waters, let's say, but they will be able to turn it around with 2 kills from Magis. Dupree turning away just at the wrong time, but catching Flames off guard, but he can't kill him. 2-on-2 retake. There are smokes for OG. They could isolate some fights here. Oh, there's a HE as well for the graveyard position. The fadeaway straight in his face, but he's still alive, Magisk, and gets a kill for his troubles. That's 3 so far. Now they've got a bait setup and a combo with the Molotov out as well. Smoke will still give him some gap, and it's 4 kills from Magisk. Swings without a care, and Astralis take the second pistol.
What was that? How does Magus get that? Headshot, and he still manages to get the instant dink. Unreal performance from Magisk. That is nuts. And well, okay then. I mean, they've had 2 incredibly important rounds for Astralis, 1 in each half so far, where a teammate has just gone above and beyond and saved them. The Dupree round on B in the first half, and this round here from Magus. That is outrageous that Magus managed to pull that off.
Full spy from OG. Man 2 will keep AWP money in the hole. But Astralis have now won both pistols. They did get resets in the first half. We'll see if it happens again. Moving together towards top mid. A smoke on Arch already. We'll keep things quiet. I like the elevated peak we're seeing here. Trying to avoid these deagles. There's one spotted on the balcony. The drop-off will be heard by Glaive. Spots Man2 of the scout towards the library position. There are smokes to deal with that spot as well. Bubsky trying to deploy his. Got to be careful though. Nico eliminated. In the meantime, there are a lot of players in CT spawn. And Astralis will make their way onto the site. The bomb is actually in the pit. Magisk will need to make his way to the site and plant it. Or throw it to his teammate and then go back to the pit. That's what he will do. Makes sense. You can see OG, their best opportunities in this round have come and gone. They would be eco if they lost everything next round, so they'll essentially reset the situation and try to hold on to all their bits and bobs.
Yeah, and Astralis playing this very well in terms of anti-ecos, just stick together. Well, eco rounds, anti-ecos, where you just stick together, death ball it, put yourself in a position to trade against the deagles that you know you're going to be running into. And while we're waiting, can we take a look at utility damage again? Because going out of the first half, I lost my mind when I looked at just how much damage Astralis dealt in that first half with grenades. Yeah, so Zip hit 360. I mean, look at these numbers from grenade damage. It's just so silly. No wonder they had so much. They were able to soften up OG so much in those rounds.
Yeah. They've been the long-time leaders in utility damage, Astralis, for years, I would say. I would imagine there's a lot of Molotov damage from Zipex. Oh, Magisk, I think is there's some fortune that HE bounced. If it went down the stairs, I think he's a goner. Maybe we have a different game on our hands, but 12-5 is not the score that OG were looking to be on the receiving end of. But again, it's basically the force by round number 2 since they saved 4 weapons. Nico's bought a Zeus for this one.
He's going to sit at half wall, maybe. Hope to get a shot there with that Zeus.
It's time for Glaive to take the UMP, I think. After that tag, Magisk will join him now on around 30 HP. So there's suddenly some potential for OG.
Some good discipline there from Flames. Usually you'd see some players, you know, that flash, they'd overextend and really try and swing hard. He just took the peak and backed off.
Does Zipex exchange his Mac 10 for the other AK on Glaive now? I feel like that would make sense. Not the kind of weapon you want on the floor. Well, Zipex can take more of a fight with full Kevlar, so that is something to consider. Some moving accuracy if he's close enough. Only 3 of these players have Kevlar, 2 of which have a helmet. LXCB does not. So there's a lot of utility in that Mac 10. A lot of shoulder pads showing by Astralis as they look to close in on this A bomb site now. Awkward range for Zipex with that Mac 10. Accuracy kind of sucks on it. There's a start for Valde, but can he stay alive? If he can, he's got a rifle! Valde, what are you doing?
Now the setup, as far as Bubsky is concerned, he gets to hold this line, gets shot through the box, but he still hits the headshot on Flames. So man advantage now. And well, OG, they're going to be in a position where they're going to try and swarm it. It's going to be close, though. LXCB up close with the CZ75, takes down Bubsky. Man advantage now going into it. Zipmix trying to hold the line here at Broken Wall, and they are going to jiggle him out of the picture. Do they have a kit to play with, though? They do not. And it's going to be a close run thing, a near run thing, but they're going to get that defuse, and we will be looking at a 6th round on the board for OG. Good on them.
Good on Valde. Individual performance. How about those deagle shots?
Yeah, well, he needs to show up at some point, because, I mean, everybody on OG right now, I mean, Nico, who is not supposed to be the heavy hitter on the team.
Oh my god, that 3rd one. I'm just thinking, can he hold on to the rifle? Doesn't even need it.
Sure.
That's such a crucial round for OG to pick up. Keep Astralis at an honest score.
Keep yourself in this fight.
Yeah, give themselves a big opportunity to come back into things. They will be going up against 5 AK-47s, though. Very timely flash in mid from Astralis. Keep the AWP away.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. Not the right gun, not the right weapon there. That did not work out, but still managing to chase him back, and not sure did Glaive spot if he was able to make it to the logs or not. Doesn't look like it.
Love that angle. Dupree fishing for something. Got information at least. Can see some of the makeup of OG at present. But they're still competing for control of Banana, as we can see. Flame's got to be real careful about his trajectory of his jumps. Moving back to the site now, suggesting a retake grenade actually, and there it is deployed towards that car position. And Lexi B will be the 2nd man towards B now. Speaking of B, there are no smoke grenades remaining for OG. That could be a problem. They don't really have anything left with which to slow down an Astralis approach anywhere on the map.
And they don't have, they're not making a play for info in mid either. 35 seconds left and they've given it all up. Astralis going to slow walk their way up here. They have enough time. Flashes in, footsteps heard. Mantu's got the position on the angle and he misses the first shot. Big opportunity lost here now to give his team a man advantage. Instead he has to back off, and that's nearly forcing him back into Zipnix's arms.
Yeah, but they still have a triangle here, and there's bomb plant pressure with the time on the clock, almost 10 seconds, so they can still do something. Mantu somehow still alive. There's the bomb carrier delivered. I don't know if they can pick up the bomb in time. It is a race, and the Flames is going to shut down Magisk, so despite losing all the control around top mid, they're able to fall back and get premium, very important kills on the A bomb site, the bomb carrier and such, and shut that one down to win by timeout.
To get out of here, Dupree actually manages to steal that off as well. This is the first shot from Mantu. Man, it's so difficult to get rid of him back here in this corner. I'm losing my mind, James. These transitions. It's tripping me out, man. But OG now, still, regardless, they need to just get round wins on the board right now. Regardless of how many of them live, what they survive with, etc., etc. It's all about just managing to close that gap with Astralis, who are currently at 12 rounds on the T side, 7 for OG. So do they stop Astralis short here? And do we see the big streak? Because, I mean, that is really how CS gets played these days, at least. Teams tend to just chain rounds together before they can wrest control away from each other and then go on their own streak. So it's very often that you see 3-4 rounds get picked up in a row.
I'm interested to see if Mantu will always be on long with the AWP on the CT side. Again, that late round, if you're on short, then you can get more information towards top mid. But choosing to defend from the site reactively worked for OG on that occasion. Bubsky not checking the sandbags. Alexi B will do the job of an assist from Flames. Exchange of utility, and it's time for Flames to fall back, I think. He's actually sandwiched between two Molotovs right now.
Oh,
Still
what a
alive,
shame.
and back he goes.
What a shame he doesn't catch somebody out there off of that flash. That would have been a sick timing to go for it. And instead now he used to just chill out here, jiggle peek. Astralis going to be able to bait out this very valuable utility. That's, well, they're not even going to respect it. Straight on through, and Flames teaches you what happens if you try to charge him down.
That's a really important kill, because Astralis read that he was alone. So he shuts down the entire push, gets the first one breaching beyond the smoke. Takes out the bomb carrier through the smoke as well. Overperformed their Flames. And now OG find themselves in a 5 versus 2. Things going from strength to strength. Still got a few rounds to catch up with. And as they do that, the loss bonus will rise should they catch up OG. So we're in for an interesting situation if that happens. 37 seconds now. The scope will be heard by OG. They know at least one of these players is here. This AWP about to fall back into the hands of OG, or is it? Stereo frags for Astralis. 25 seconds to plant a bomb, one more to find around this bomb site. Again, the elevated bomb plant, which limits the spray from the construction position. And maybe there's life in the old dog yet.
Not done just yet, although, yep, there's the timing from Nico with the MP9. $600 in his pocket and setting his teammates up for success. Now 3 players alive for OG. Good positioning here from Dupree, though. Trims it down to a 1v2 and unscopes right as they come around the corner. That will definitely spell his doom, his demise. And a saved AWP for OG. They got it back. Barred off. They got it back.
They did, but it cost them 3 players. They were in a 5 versus 2. They survived with only 2. And that may play a part going forward in terms of the damage to the economy. They can go for the full buy, of course, OG in this particular round. But let's say Astralis are able to... Maybe this round they won't muster something. But if they can keep up that damage, they can buy a few weapons here and keep the OG economy honest, and that's definitely got a part to play in this story. Again, the first map of this series, New Look Astralis versus New Look OG. OG now racking up the CT rounds as Astralis did, but can they have a similar run? Mantu with the one scope, not landing flick on this occasion. So Astralis have bought enough utility to take position, to close the distance on OG. P250s, Tech 9s, and a single Deagle could prove very dangerous, especially in these coordinated hands.
Oh, I love that. Nice coordinated HEs into the corner, into the blind spot. If anybody had been hiding there, they'd have been forced into the open. Really like to see that kind of that level of detail reached here by OG on the CT side. So definitely that's something that they practice, that they're prepared for. And well, for now at least, it's given them a lot of information. They spot a man at the bottom of mid, and so have that to go off of here, OG. And well, now, thought that Astralis would actually be going for that B hit. Instead, they're going to wrap back over towards A here. 45 seconds on the clock. They've still got 2 players over in the apartments, and so it's still an option to go for the A site, trying to draw a player off, and they are going to succeed in pulling Velda off towards CT spawn.
Time starting to run low for Astralis. Well, that smoke, are they going to go through it? Well, maybe they still will. The flashbang is in position, so they can line it up. And Mantu's got to be afraid about that long position once this push comes through. We might see Glaive headed there. 17 seconds on the clock. The full rotation from B comes in towards A. Zipex makes his way down. Scary for Nico. He's got a transfer, though. Holding position now, and he finds himself a 3rd. This is getting absolutely shut down. 500 HP OG in this round.
Dude, Nico is a hitter. He is pretty much the only reason why OG are still in this in terms of firepower. Dude's sitting at 21 kills, just going at it, keeping them in this fight. So he manages to farm up a few feel-good kills there, and that's going to close the gap to 3 for OG. 4 rounds in a row on that CT side. And well, okay, now we get to see it. Astralis, it's Glaive with the AWP on the T side. It's really all going out the window now, James. No
That's
way to
quite
predict.
curious. AWP on T side Inferno, not an easy tool to use effectively before you've planted the bomb.
But then your in-game lead, I mean, he saw Jame. He's like, hey, this sounds like a good idea.
Well, let's see what he's got to offer. There will be a fast run. Wide swings from Astralis. Wild wide swings. Very unlike them, I feel like, what we're seeing right now. Nico's stuck on a reload, and he'll ring the bell of Bubsky. He's done some damage, but can Astralis convert this one? They're a man down. We still have Mantu on the A bomb site, and the cavalry is on the way. Alexi B is here now. Bubsky catching Mantu, pushing to a pistol, but he can't get around the corner in time. Very unorthodox round from Astralis. Still questions about, I guess it was a later plan, Glaive throwing the grenades to allow his teammates in with rifles. I imagine he was going to post up somewhere, ideally, with the AWP afterwards. Never quite got there, though. So we may never know.
They both swung looking the same way. So that's interesting from Astralis. Normally you'd have like the 1-for-1, but I guess they didn't expect there to be the crossfire. But even then, just a brutal turn of events there for Astralis. You needed to get that kill instantly, and it just did not happen. OG with the correct setup to just hard counter what Astralis were throwing at him. And now, well, things are going to be getting pretty frustrating here for Astralis. They're not getting a bomb plant, and so they're not going to get that bonus money. It's going to have to be a round of eco here. It's not the same thing necessarily as what we saw OG, you know, in that first half. It's so frustrating because they keep getting bomb plants, they just can't hold the post plants. So Astralis need to get to that point now to really start having that money so that they can keep buying the rifles and keep the pressure up on OG.
Astralis 50% on Inferno, OG 60%. Both with 10 games played in the last 3 months. 10 officials. Oh, again, being caught off guard, but Magnus is in no man's land, well ahead of his teammates. Where was a trade fragger? That's a huge problem for him, and Flames is delivering kill after kill. He leaves his team in a man advantage. It's a long rotation from A, though. Mantu here alone by the B bomb site, just trying to hold map control for this rotation. Glaive and Zipex left alone. Zipex has a pop flash. Seem to be deciding on what they want to do here. Holding on to that smoke for as long as possible. Now, what is the play from Mantu? This is an expensive round for OG already. They are risking losing everything here if they fully commit to this. That bomb is kind of late as well, but they're trying to do what they can, and indeed it's going to be a colossally expensive round for OG. Mantu with $1,000 in the hole, and he may not survive with this AWP. The wide swing from Glaive is perfect. That was a late call from OG, and it's cost them everything.
And even though there was such a stiff defense at the beginning there, we're going to get a replay of that, I'm sure. Yeah, Flames, as the flash goes off in his face, is still able to get a kill. Just the fact that they're able to pick up 2 off of this is impressive from Astralis. In the post plant, you can see them just playing off of each other very well. But that is everything lining up the stars for Astralis there. Close quarters at the Tech 9, just run and gun charge, and they actually managed to get both of those kills on top of it. And so OG now, what are you going to do? Because it really is, it's not like a question of A or B. It's a question of both bomb sites are ridiculous to retake on.
Double AWPs for OG is the response. They are all in on this round as far as money is concerned. Very aggressive presence in the apartments. They've got nobody top mid. They're all in the apps, and Lexi B will deliver on the other side of the map as well. This may invite more pressure from Astralis, but they don't know what they're walking into just yet. And Lexi B's making a play towards long with his AWP as well. Up close and very personal is Mantu with the second AWP. Nico in apps with the MP9. What is the response from Astralis? Where do they go? 2 versus 5 once again. Last time they made it a 2v2. Can they do the same or even better this time? Opportunity knocks for OG. That rotation from Lexi B is still coming through. Flames in an elevated position. Glaive never looks there. Just not in time. And all 5 survive. Exactly what OG needed in this round.
And again, well, you hope that a pocket strategy like that from OG is going to work the way that it did. Could not get any better. They even throw away one of the ops at the end of it. So you have a Lexi B, element of surprise. I mean, just the perfect setup here in apartments. That's just a trap that Astralis walk into. That's not something you're going to see every round from OG.
The CT side has an AWP and 4 AK-47s.
That's amazing.
That's a great opportunity to switch out a second AWP if you think maybe the opponent's going to try and play against 2 AWPs, and you've all got AKs as well. This is a very even fight, and it's not even actually. We've got 3 pistols for Astralis. Maybe falling apart in the late game here, the Danes.
Talk about being bold there. I was saying that Flames earlier was playing very conservatively, backing off, not overextending on angles, and this time around they just decided we are going to get that kill on Megas. You are not going to survive in Banana. Really liking that determination there from OG. Good use of the grenades, and they managed to get control, and now they've got the man advantage, and they did so much damage to Bubsky as well. So Astralis now This is going to get hairy, James. It was looking good for a moment.
Yeah, certainly questions about the structural integrity of Astralis on the T side right now. There's Man2 in that short position. I was looking for that earlier on, and we've seen it now. Most Dorpers feel more confident with that later on aggression up short with the AWP, looking to clear out top mid. Don't really see this from that long area. And he keeps going back to the well. Zipex now trying to do some damage for Astralis if he can. I'm sure the AWP will be collected though. Indeed it will by Nico. So just one round behind now at OG. If you ignore the pistol, Astralis have essentially won one round in this half.
I'm wondering how hard Maui was sweating for a second watching this game at the beginning. You know, he's just full on OG on that desk. Just, they're going to win the whole thing. That's it. Just here's my prediction. And Astralis were starting to look a little good there. They're looking like they were taking the advantage. Astralis with the higher seed, though, going into this match. And so keep in mind, Nuke and Dust 2 were both decided by Astralis. So it's still OG's map pick that they are struggling to finish against Astralis, and now we get to go into Astralis' turf.
Some irony in the username there.
But you see, he survives them. They don't burn as hot for flames, I guess.
He's able to escape. Oh, caught with a grenade in his hand, Nico. Zipex with an opportunist kill. And OG had a plan in this round, but they've had to let go of that somewhat with that kill. You can see some hesitation in CT spawn, wondering where to go. Flames going back and forth now. Maybe changing position to try and avoid some grenades later on. Put him in a position to survive a bit longer. So OG are somewhat OOP right now, out of position. It's a pop flash, information play, and here comes the charge. Again, it's Man2's turn to get caught with a grenade. Just unlucky timing here for OG. And away they run towards the B bomb site to shelter OG.
Yeah, some would say that that was a bit of an OOPS situation for Man2. Oops. Getting a caught with the nade in his
Thanks for explaining that one, Semler.
What a shame. And so there you go. Two-man advantage, and Astralis now, they're going to be setting themselves up for success here on Inferno. Oh, and they're even going to fight, trying to take some of these guns off. They have a little bit of money, but not too much. So if they can get a freebie here, that would be nice. Maybe if they could find just one kill, then only 2 surviving members for OG.
Yeah, they can't invest too much into this Astralis. Don't want to go broke. Don't get high in your own supply. Stuff like that.
Rules of life, basically. But that is actually going to be so frustrating now for OG. Good rounds here on the CT side, but I mean, they just let Astralis get so far ahead in that first half. It's nothing but pressure on their shoulders now for OG all half long. They cannot make any mistakes. So Man2 had enough money for that AWP. We will have a full buy on both sides. No AWP for Astralis on the T side. It's looking like they want to be swift and quick here. Would love to see some earlier pressure in Banana, and it's looking like that's exactly what we're going to get.
This is a crucial round for both teams. Definitely more pressure on OG. A will be broken, B will be game point for Astralis. There's a double peek though, Flames delivering once more. Surviving in the chaos is Flames, 19 for 19 at present. Definitely here with the squad. It's only Valde who's trailing somewhat.
That's what happens sometimes with Valde, but over the length of the tournament, you should see his stats start to even out and pick up.
Yeah, he's an impact fragger, especially when they're on the back foot. That's a big gap for Glaive. Alexi could be in trouble here. Nothing doing just yet. Again, charging through, but Glaive is at the flashbang, and that's going to be a problem. A team flash, somewhat disastrous, just facing the wrong way, I think. And again, another charge through the smoke, and Bubsky able to catch Alexi B before he falls back, and now OG are out of position, but Man2 could hold on to construction, delay the bomb plant with a great incendiary. That allows time for rotation. Astralis are committed to this bomb site. Nico holding the HE for the default bomb plant as well. There it goes. No damage done though, a little bit early on that one. Zipex now with the off angle, big fight with Valde. This is really important as well. You can see Nico looking for something in CT. That T-smoke isn't going to be there forever. They've got to plant this bomb, but Man2's creeping. Target selection, takes out the bomb planter. Where's the communication?
going on here now. And Zipnix, he's not able to pick up that kill. That is so unfortunate for Montu. But the bomb not yet planted. 10 seconds left, and it's a 2-on-1. As soon as that bomb gets planted, well, it's done. No way for dupreeh to win this now, unless he gets both kills. That was so close. There was a chance. There was a chance, but impact fragger, like you say, James, they absolutely needed Velda to win that duel, and he does it. But that was the only way for dupreeh to win the round, is to get that kill. Unreal.
Huge fight on the B-bomb site. Have a look at this. Sees the banana play up, but it's all about the bomb planter.
That is beautifully played, though, because it's a 3-on-3, but as soon as the bomb gets planted, well, then it's a 3-on-2. And the same thing, 2-on-2, doesn't matter. Bomb needs to get planted, and then it's a 2-on-1. And it just, you keep playing that numbers game if you're OG going into that retake. Excellent work from OG on the CT side, and they've bought themselves another chance.
There's a huge fight here on Banana. Astralis had the money for another full buy-in to the victor. The spoils that might be for this round. This is a very key round again. Valde trying to hold on, but he can't. That is the B-bomb site completely cleared out. 3 players dead. Astralis will check, but they don't expect another play to be there. OG stuck on the A-bomb site now. Look at the money. Nico and Mantu combined $1,000 in the hole. They have to hold on to these weapons.
And that has got to be supremely frustrating after what a great round in the last one. Nearly went the whole way for you, and yet here you are, trailing.
There was some nice HE grenades from Astralis at the beginning of that round as well. In case of a fast play with an AWP or such towards that car position, it would have been an early bath if that was the play that was made. But boy, there's going to be a lot resting on Mantu's shoulders in the next round, because he's going to have to be a can opener with that AWP.
Now they're going to be able to back off. That is map point now for Astralis. Going into the thick of things here. This is it. Now, OG Money in the Bank, not so much. It is disaster time, and this is their map pick, no less. And so, going down a map versus Astralis, I mean, already OG, Alexi B's kind of just got to be pinching himself, wondering how is it that we're losing this? I mean, yes, it's still Astralis, and as you pointed out, James, the core is still intact on this team, and so Bubsky's still just slotting into a what could be or should be a working system.
Yeah.
But, I mean, OG coming into this, they should have every reason to feel confident coming into this tournament. They're playing well. And the last time they played against Astralis, they won.
Still structure for Astralis. The ballast is looking good. But we're not done just yet. Mantu, again, is going to be a very key player, and he is gifted his first opportunity. It's all about the AWP. Now, how fast will the response be? The bomb is getting picked up immediately. They know that AWP is towards B, so they've got to make a play towards A. Looking a bit sloppy, though. Maybe taking a few too many chances there, but perhaps there's still a chance. Zipek's jumping down towards short, but in the air, he can't get kill onto Nico with that kind of hang time. 2 versus 3. dupreeh and the somewhat new man Bubsky, the latter of which is carrying the bomb. They have a minute to try and get a pick and make a play. Well, dupreeh may see Flames in mid, actually. Well, Flames has the off angle. Will dupreeh check this? I can't imagine he does. But he does! Not fast enough, though. Bomb still not spotted. Bubsky in a clutch situation now.
Wins the first one, 1v2, and it's just a series of duels now. Single player here, does he expect that up? Of course not. Aggressive angle from Montu, catches him with a nade in hand, and it is now 30th round. Gone the distance, plenty of money for the buy on Astralis' side, so we shouldn't see a weak buy from them. But OG right now just counting their lucky stars that they've actually managed to survive this and make it this far, because it feels like Astralis should have definitely been able to get that lockdown going a little bit earlier in this half. So now OG cheating a little bit, going to put 3 players over towards that B site early on, get the extra nade pressure in, and maybe try to see if they can't get a shot. No, Montu is going to be on the other side of the map right now. And the nade game evolving here in Banana still. 3 smokes used already, though, by Astralis so early on. And now it turns into the waiting game.
Yeah, information flashbang. Looking for some blind spray. Astralis were quiet, but that Molotov tells a story. Only partly, though. You can see Mantu still looking around top mid from the arch position. Astralis will need to do something about that. Denial of information will be important, and they don't quite have that just yet, but they are heading towards top mid now. Magisk and Dupree with smoke grenades. 53 seconds remaining, and still they haven't really challenged top mid yet, so Mantu still resting on that info. However, looks like we may be in for a 5 versus 2 situation on this B bomb site. There are no Molotovs to force OG from their positions on the B bomb site. Just 3 players of flashbangs and 2 smokes. 29 seconds, and it will be a fast shock and awe play again from Astralis. Mixed results with these plays. Flamelly and Lexi B still delivering. Flames trying to stay alive, but that rotation is so far away. That flash is never going to come, but the Deagle will. Down he goes, 2 versus 3. They've got to get that bomb down fast. There are 10 seconds to plant it, and it has been planted now. Trying to buy some time. 2 AKs versus 3 OG players trying to take this to overtime.
And with the AWP to lead the way, not the best weapon. Bubsky, oh, swings, tries to make it happen, and that is not going to happen. 1v3 now. And Nico, man, he has truly been the hero. Takes us to overtime, 30 kills for 30 rounds on Nico. Fitting stuff coming in from the Dane. Turns out he can do everything that they need him to do, and we are still not on the correct scoreboard. If we can go to the other one, although, I mean, nade damage. Zipnix did like 3 damage in this half with grenades. So clearly CT-sided on Inferno when it comes to utility damage. But 30 kills on the board for Nico going into this first half of overtime. So let's see if anybody else can catch up to him. Flames was doing the best that he could. I do feel like OG right now just kind of struggling a little bit on the firepower side of things, but here we are. I mean, we're tied at 15-15. And they'll still stay on that CT side. Continuing.
It's a very aggressive smoke from Astralis to take control of Banana and limit the retake plays from OG. Little mix up there. 3 players remaining towards B for OG at present. And this time we have that early smoke grenade on long, which was missing for a long time in rounds prior. A lot of information for the T side as Mantu goes fishing, but he's too close to the corner. He is spotted, still alive though. There's a pop flash play, looking for the transfer, but it will be 1-for-1. Look at the creep through the smoke here. There could be a second one indeed. There will be. Vade will lose his position and his life. Astralis charging forward. The bomb hasn't been spotted though towards either bomb site. Full rotation coming in from B as the bomb moves up mid. 3-on-3 now. Nico holding position in the pit once again, continuing to deliver in that regard.
Outrageous stuff, and Alexi B could be the hero here. He's got full health. He knows that a couple of these guys have been tagged up as well. Nico checking for apartments, and unfortunately has no idea that somebody managed to make it up into the graveyard, and that is going to cost him. Nico not going to be able to get that second kill either, and that pretty much ends this round. Not a whole lot of hope for Mantu to retake here with an AWP and 9 health.
Oh, they're going to give him the 1 versus 1. A slight shadow advantage, but doesn't hit the trigger fast enough.
Yeah, what was he looking at? Gets the shadow. He has Peeker's advantage as well, and still not going to see it. All right, interesting. But that's Astralis with a key round, managing to get the lead here on the T side. You can kind of visualize that. I suppose every round on T side is worth, let's say, 5. On of your normal side of your normal half, right? HE's already down to the bottom of mid though, and so Mantu now going to be backing off. Dupree with the AWP here on the T side, so we're just going to see everybody. It's hot hands right now. Who gets to hold on to the AWP on the T side of Astralis?
Again, just trying to abuse the numbers. The dry peaks from Astralis have been so common. Just really trying to bundle their way into bomb sites, playing the numbers game, trying to just trade frag. You saw the very early incendiary from OG there. Not what you normally see, but indeed, they've probably been playing this way, and Dupree's in the angle at the right time. Position has been taken now. You can see the confidence in the bunny hopping towards Arch. And again, just holding position, that structure from Astralis, just allowing OG to hang themselves. Bubsky's here to trade. And again, all these kills, they haven't seen the bomb a single time in the hands of Zipex in second mid. Very limited information. Astralis are everywhere. The bomb is nowhere. There's 2 for 2 from Astralis in overtime.
And OG just kind of be wondering what in the Sam hell is going on here in this half, because now it's Astralis. I mean, again, I said it coming into this, you know, that certain players on OG are just not really hitting shots, and Nico's doing the best that he can, but he's alone. And as we've learned, I mean, it's very rare for solo players to carry hard enough for their team to get wins. This is still a team game. And so Nico, you know, he's not going to be able to do it all alone. He needs his teammates to start waking up and start hitting some shots here. Astralis are the ones who are starting to run away with this on an individual level, and that's definitely going to spell disaster here for OG on their map pick unless they can get it together. Nice little flash there to just force them off. And now you need to actually, you need to play behind these mollies and make sure that you maintain banana control after all this investment on Astralis. You used a lot of utility to get this this far. And yet Flames is going to swing, find a kill. Montu takes Glaive down on short at the same time.
Yeah. Again, key position, AWP on short. Often produces results, and that's a result for the books. The bomb bouncing through a smoke grenade. And they're very excited to replenish that smoke. They'll both do it at the same time. Bit sloppy on the comms there.
It's a 1v5, so I guess they'll let it slide, right? But still. Risky business there. A little bit of miscommunication could have ended up costing them, but it will not in the end. 16 rounds now on the CT side for OG, 17 to 16 at the end of the first half of overtime. And well,
now comes the opportunity for Zipex to continue his utility damage. Moving back onto that CT side, we'll see how the HEs and Incendiaries have what part they have to play in these coming rounds.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet so far for him. It's been pretty quiet. But we'll see. 17-16, yeah, this is it. And so Augs in play. We saw that from Bubsky in the first half, but Zip is going to get one as well. Dupree with that AWP over towards the B side early and deciding, you know what, it's a bit too hot for me to hang out around here. Literally. Just flames everywhere. Alexi B backing into the incendiary? What is going on here?
And out they go. 3 players still on banana for Astralis, and again, that utility damage continues. And again, they'll just hang back after the initial exchange. Just take a chill pill. So we're seeing the same pace from OG as we saw in normal time. Let's not forget that string of rounds from Astralis, but let's also not forget that OG did get some bomb plants. They just could not convert for the most part. Majority of their rounds were from running a force buy and afterwards, and then just that late round at the end where things were a bit wild for Astralis. But again, a similar approach from OG, a slow approach. And you will have a conga line of players towards the B bump site. Dupree lies in wait. Lovely flashbang. I don't know how he missed both those players, but the cavalry is already here.
Indeed, and we will get that boost over. Again, we saw how effective that was in the first half for Astralis. They didn't use it often, but when they used it, it worked so well. Will they actually check for it this time? Unfortunately, there's the first line of defense. Dupree hits the shot, turns it into a 4-on-4.
With 20 seconds to get this bomb planted, and Zipex is lurking around. Oh, that was a brazen bomb plant. Smoke went just at the wrong time, but Glaive did not have an angle, and now they are a man down, Astralis, as they look to extend their lead. Not looking likely now. Zipex and Magisk remain. They can buy in the other 2 rounds regardless. With the fuse kits as well, so Zipex are trying to find the clutch, but there's just AWP shot after AWP shot. Flames with a multi-frag. Switches out for the AK. Mantu will continue with the AWP. First team to 19 in overtime 1 to take the map, as you can see. Otherwise, we're going to overtime number 2.
Indeed. Well, Flames has joined his teammate Nico. So 32 kills for Nico, Flames 31 kills. So both dropping 30 bombs here for OG. And well, Flames, I mean, just continues to show his value for this team. What a fantastic pickup he's been for OG. And it feels like just give him more time to get experienced and to figure out what it is that he needs to do here at a pro tier of CS. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better.
Bubsky top fragging for Astralis as well. Been performing well throughout this map score-wise. Some aggressive flashbangs and Glaive will be forced back somewhat. But again, Astralis will continue fairly late with 3 players towards Banana with great success. Glaive with 2. Smoke up in mid for Astralis. Gone now. And they won't even rotate too quickly. Astralis. But as things start to get quieter, they'll make their way towards A. They have no information towards top mid, but then neither do OG. They've got Valde creeping in Boiler while the remaining 2 move around Banana to see what the climate is. Dupree still on B with the AWP. Not much in the name of grenades over there, but maybe the AWP will be enough.
They have enough Molotovs to just firebomb this entire place, though. We really hope to see them
Oh
use
my
them.
god.
Really hope to see them use them, but it's not going to happen.
That was hard to watch. 2 versus 5. Make it 1. Mantu's got a lot to do. 30 seconds. He can, again, he's got 11k. He can buy next round regardless. He has to try and clutch this one out. There's the first kill, but it's a long way to a second one. That won't come. Glaive re-emerges from the Lazarus pit. And it's game point for Astralis.
It is on OG's map pick, no less. And so this is just, some dry peeking at the end here. Perhaps some nerves getting shown by OG. They're getting in their own heads, it feels like, and that's costing them. And, well, we have 2 teams right now where there are going to be some weird results just because I expect both of them to actually suffer from the coach ban. OG, I expected to suffer a little bit less, but maybe not having Rugga around to help out and to calm the players down, it's up costing them. Although Astralis are certainly holding their own. It's just, it feels like both of these teams are kind of making unforced errors here at the end that are costing them. So now, well, Astralis on that CT side, 3 towards B. More nades getting thrown in here very early on. Mess up, in fact. Not quite getting that lineup.
I don't know if they detected that. Well, that's another way to do it. So they changed the pace on Banana Astralis.
Nice.
They're still here with 3 players, and it does feel like they're in control, even though they've given up Banana. Just playing against expectation now. To have Bubsky over towards that D-bomb site. Now it's tasted their own medicine, and Astralis play it again. It's a team flash, a blind push, and a kill, but Valde's here for 2. When it counts, counts on Valde. Dead now, of course. Man advantage for Astralis. As Bubsky goes towards construction, can't take out the bomb planter, needs to stay alive for the rotation. Mantu looking for an opportunity. Got Magis deploying some grenades from the back from that well positioned, and down he goes. And the numbers are tied for a brief moment. Nico now to clutch. He needs 34 kills to keep OG in this game. On the way are Bubsky and Dupree. They have a kit. They don't seem to be sure where he is, and they've got to get their skates on. This is taking a little too long. At the back of the side, Dupree's out with a pistol. Haven't even touched the bomb just yet, and surely he can't do it now. Just needs to dance around, and we will be going to another overtime, it seems. Just couldn't get there in time.
Ragdoll, just get it done. Nice, curse of Valde there again. Again, when his team needed him to come up with the goods, he does. He's not supposed to get that kill on Glaive. The fact that he finds Zipnik's fine, fair enough. The angle was off, it was a bit weird. But the fact that Glaive loses that kill, that fight against Valde, that just costs Astralis everything. Such a sick round for Valde. And then you cursed him and he died a horrible death. But, did a good job up until that point. And so now Astralis, we're tied up 18-18, so we're going to be looking for the first team to reach 22.
Yeah, the teams will stay on their respective sides. They won't switch just yet. Half-time is the switch.
And so now, well, it's just about getting 3 towards B again here for Astralis. This time around, however, OG not showing themselves in Banana at all. And so really trying to mitigate that nade damage, not trying to get hurt early on here.
Yeah, the game continues to evolve as far as Banana is concerned. Again, we saw Astralis change expectations and play more from the site. Messed up that retake grenade a little bit, the incendiary, but still very, very dangerous. It just isn't healthy for OG to challenge Banana early. But now that they haven't challenged it at all, how do they succeed? Oh my god, I can't believe he's actually delivered there. He needs help to get out of this situation. And there's a flashbang for him. He can't get a second kill. But you almost expect it with Astralis. You almost expect it. Device or otherwise. Still looking strong at times. Especially with these CT Banana plays.
They get those timings in, but now it's a 4-on-4 and that favors OG. Quick rotation coming in here. Of course, they know that, and so Dupree trying to rotate over to help his teammate out. He realizes he's a second too late, and so the Flash is instead going to go over, hoping to help. Zipnix, though, he's roasting alive. Very little room to work with, and beautiful work from Alexi B, opening the path, and a shot through the smoke on Dupree.
Well then, Matt just considering his options here. A smoke to create some space. There's a gap behind that. You can see Bubsky creeping through now. Mantu down to 8 HP. More smokes for isolation. They'll put one near the bomb at least. Trying to isolate the fights here. Alexi B by the pillar. Can Bubsky get a multi-frag? 3-man peak. Not happening today. OG in the lead now, 19 to 18.
Getting it done, working together, and maybe this is what they needed now. Strong start in this second half of OT, and let's see here. This was originally at the beginning with Glaive just taking these fights. Glaive really trying to force the matter over on CT side, especially towards Banana. He's always trying to take these duels. And well, that time around, it worked out for him initially, but it ends up not helping the team enough. OG in the lead. And well, Montu again with the AWP. This time we're going to get Glaive with the op.
We got 4 Augs on Astralis. They've got 5 scopes on the CT side. This is a change in approach for sure.
Especially on Inferno.
Higher armor penetration. That's a solid grenade. A clean 50 on Zipex. Well then, 5 scopes on road. The binoculars are out.
Seems a bit weird, but we'll see how it pans out. I mean, I'd expect it on like Nuke and Train where you got those long alleys where, you know, you might as well. But here on Inferno, we'll see if the M4 is going to be missed or not. OG just gathering up to hit this A site in a moment. We got a full nade set going into it whenever they feel they can need to hit that timing. Yep, quick line up.
Have a look at Dupree though. He's got beyond the smoke they deployed earlier on. He manages to ring a bell, but can't do much more than that. He has spotted a number of players, and maybe that caused a slightly early rotation from the B bomb site players. But what about A? You can see Alexi B looking for the taps here, and there's a trade frag. Magic down, Bubsky still alive on the side, dancing around a smoke grenade, doing a great job, leaving Flames just about alive. 2 versus 2, as we've got grenades flying towards the site. Surely that claims someone, indeed it does. Down goes Flames, and it's Mantu left. 1 versus 2, headshot position, creeping around the box, but he's too close, and Zipex will finish him off. Score is tied again, 19 apiece.
And neither team seems to just be able to get the better of the other one, decidedly. These are just such scrappy rounds in the end. Let's see, Bubsky's perspective, again, right on the angle of this smoke. He doesn't even bother scoping, does he? I mean, how has this happened? He did this in the first half as well with that initial smoke going down. I mean, he likes to just get that smoke down on that bomb site and create room for himself to work.
Man like Bubsky. Bubzilla.
Bubbers! Nice shot.
Well, there we go. Glaive with the AWP once again. Maybe it will rotate situationally. Sometimes Dupree, sometimes Glaive. Not common, but we'll see how it plays out.
And he goes for more. Not content with the 1 kill. He is just set on finding whoever's lurking around here. Whoever threw this smoke to cancel out that molly, Glaive wants to get his hide. He may have the chance here in a second. And in the meantime, on the other side of the map, Nico taking a peek for info. Dupree with the wide swing. 2-man advantage, make that 3. Beautiful shot there from Glaive.
2 versus 5, OG edition. Valde and Mantu. There are 3 players around the B-bomb site. Dupree being the 3rd. Now Mantu's got a lot to do. 1 versus 5, 45 seconds on the clock. Again, there's no real saving to be done here. Especially in the last round of the half. Just got to make his play. Looking for that rotation, but 30 seconds. He needs to start can opening on this B bomb site. Only gets harder and harder. Bearing in mind how many plays he's got to kill, he may have to plant the bomb as well. So this is not going to work out in his favor on this occasion. So at half-time, Astralis will move to the T side once again with a round advantage. And I think OG will breathe a sigh of relief that they don't have to deal with the CT side aggression of Astralis on Banana anymore.
No, and they did do, they got quite a bit more utility damage on Astralis' side, but I'm really fascinated with the fact that everybody just seems to be able to pick up the AWP on Astralis' side now. It's not just, you don't need one opper when you can have 3 guys who can op, and then everybody have scope guns anyways, right? It's perfectly fine. All the scoped rifles, all the scoped guns, and Astralis just finding all of the kills. A little bit of a chat going on right now, it seems, between the players. And well, we should be able to get that by, and we are waiting on Alexi B now. Do we go for the double AWP aggression play? We're having a little bit of a discussion. No, okay. So no double op. Interesting. That could have been fun to see, but maybe too predictable.
Is Mantu going to make a play towards Car on Banana, I wonder? Because he has a spawn for it. But let's not forget, there was a round previously where Astralis threw 2 or 3 HEs at that Car position. Nobody was there for OG at the time, but maybe it all comes together in this particular round. He'll make a play forward and pull the knife out, and there are the HEs. He gets exploded immediately. Again, not the first time we've seen that from Astralis, but the first time I've seen it successful in this game, and maybe that is the opening they needed. Nico, again, he's such a problem for Astralis from that position. He's racked up so many kills from there, 36 now, and surely that will spur him back towards the B bomb site. Just avoid Nico, you got the entry on B already.
Basically, Nico and Flames are the only 2 guys hitting shots right now for OG. If you can avoid them. Nice timing from Bubsky, catches Alexi B with a nade in hand. That's why you go for the, if you go for the jiggle peek, you gotta back off. You gotta be careful. Either throw that nade or back off. If you hesitate, you're gonna get your head taken off. And so Astralis with a man advantage, and once again going to be putting themselves up, you know, everything working out for them, obviously, in the post plant. Nice shot, beautiful flash though to open it up.
Oh, that's a massacre. We got flashes and counter flashes, and Astralis have come out on top. Flames now doing what he can. Again, he's got to go for it. I really think that OG were cursed based on Mantu's spawn in this round. Because I don't know what the round looks like if he doesn't go for that car play again. Astralis have been ready for that round after round, and it cost OG on this occasion. They went towards Nico, then thought better of it. Move away from Nico. Finish off the job on the B bomb site, able to do that. And once again, we have game point for Astralis. Just one more round required. OG need both to go to yet another overtime.
Yeah, flawless play necessary here from OG on their map pick. And well, yep, there, the double HE. Okay, so double molly. We saw this take come in from Astralis earlier. You need to make sure that you're in a position to take advantage of these Molotovs. But that counter molly is now going to really throw a wrench in things for Astralis, because they didn't actually manage to spot if anybody, if they caught anybody with those mollies. And so all of this invested here from Astralis. Look at this. They hardly have any nades left at all. And now they have to go in here and dry peek it. Just terrible situation for Astralis. There's a great opportunity here. And there it is. The swing and the kills.
Unable to stay alive, but has he done enough? Alexi B with an off angle, trying to hold on to things here. They're going to push through. He spotted Glaive making his way. Really scary stuff for both squads. We've got Nico from CT. He has no flash to help his teammate though. Just some spray through the smoke, and Astralis choose to slink back behind the smoke grenade. Very pokey proddy, very risky stuff. Now, if they just slow things down, maybe we see 2 OG players per bomb sites. And then Astralis are likely in a 3v2 situation wherever they choose to go. Redeploying the smoke towards CT as the OG smoke will soon be gone. And again, just the dry peaks, just slowly edging forward until they find what they're looking for.
Well, man, behind new boxes. There's the peek from Coils, and Glaive goes down. 2-man advantage now for OG. Seems to be clean here from Zip. Oh, so beautiful. What a shot.
Pop flash and a swing from Valde, and there's more utility support on the way. Zipex again looking so sharp now, and is this it? Mantu, 1 versus 2. Got a HG grenade, goes the wrong way though. Zipex with 12 HP won't be found just yet. That's smoke will actually be a bit of a hindrance for him as well. Astralis in a crossfire situation. Who peeks first? How does Mantic get out of this? Jumping up, and that's going to cost him 22 for 19. Astralis eventually take it over the line after multiple overtimes versus OG.
It was one hell of a fight, and well, this is kind of what you expect here, at least from Astralis, to come in swinging. They had to show themselves. They had to show what they were capable of. But for OG, with all of us riding on them, saying heroic versus OG, I expect that to be the match in the upper bracket. For them to struggle this much against Astralis at the beginning of this tournament, it doesn't bode well.